Good morning, everyone. You want a little privacy? Sorry. So our heated water broke again. This is probably the second one we've gone through. These things are like $80. They're just made of cheap plastic, and once you get a crack or a break, you know, you can try to fix them, but they never seem to be fixed. So, we're done buying plastic stuff, right?
Yeah.
So what do we got here? We got a metal one.
Yeah,
Yes. So we're only buying metal water feeders and waterers, just metal. Stuff that lasts, right? These don't come, or I couldn't find one that's heated, and we didn't want one that's just for the winter. So we just bought a metal one. This one isn't heated, but we're gonna rig something up so that we can have it heated in the winter, and in the summer we can still use it. So just this will be our water all year round. You can buy like a heat base for these, but they're like $100. So what do we buy? We bought some heat trace.
Yeah.
It's $20 for the heat trace. We got a couple concrete blocks, and we are going to chisel out, put the heat tape in the concrete blocks, put a tile on it, and it'll be good, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. So the idea here is we're going to take this heat trace, we'll chisel out it, we'll notch out like a little area. This is a 10-foot piece, and then we will just coil it up in each block. This one also has a built-in thermostat, so once it's below 0 or freezing, I'm talking Celsius here, so once it's below freezing, it'll automatically turn on, so it's not always on if we don't need it. The concrete will also act as a bit of a thermal mass. You don't want to put the thermostat inside, because then it'll give you false readings. It won't turn on when it should turn on. It'll be warm, so it'll never turn on. You want it outside of it a little bit, so we'll probably put it like this, and then just notch out our area. Doesn't need to be pretty. Safety glasses. As long as you notch it out about here, we just want enough so when we put the tile on, this isn't above here. So we're going to continue doing that all throughout here, here, and here. You can get better concrete blocks. These are just the ones we have laying around, and most people do. So this is what we chose to use. Okay, we got a notch here, here, across here, and then to this one. Try to keep it as close to the center as possible, just because that's where a lot of the heat will be. So in the winter time, we also keep our chickens in the greenhouse, so it's going to be a little bit warmer than it is outside, obviously, especially if the sun is shining. We do keep the water in there, so the key to keeping your water from freezing is keep it out of the wind. If it's in a direct wind, it's going to freeze for sure, but this will help. So right now, I'm going to get these put into the final spot, kind of probably put it in this corner so it still gets some sun. That'll also help it keep warm. I've got this electrical conduit down here. I think I might stick the thermostat inside of it because we have geese, as you can see, and they destroy everything. If you've ever had geese, they've destroyed our automatic chicken coop. They chew wires. They like to mess with things. We did not realize that. So we're gonna have to protect that wire so, well, they don't get electrocuted or destroy it. So let's move this thing into its final destination, and we'll finish getting it hooked up. Let's get it nice and level. This is where we've chosen to keep our water. You want to make sure you have a nice level base. These waterers, that way they don't leak. So we actually had some leftover tiles. I mean, you can buy these for like $1. Honestly, if you only need a couple of them, you can get them for free from somewhere if you look around enough. So we'll get that. And then we'll put a tile on top that'll block all the holes, give us a nice level base. A good idea too though is if we can fill this with rocks. We're gonna fill those concrete blocks with some rocks or gravel. It'll do two things. It'll keep that heating element off the ground, raised a bit and closer to the actual water. Adding rocks will also add some thermal mass to it and help retain some of that heat. So let's see if we can grab a bucket, get some rocks. Alright, get some rocks over here. Should be good. Just fill these in best we can. Again, we want this on the outside, so we're going to put it here. I'm going to run it up along the side of the greenhouse. So, as long as we get like an even amount of coil in each one, you can see what that means, exactly that is. Try to get it as even as possible in each corner. With these on top. Throw that on. Water on. So that's it. It's pretty easy. Didn't take me very long, maybe an hour to do. Fraction of the cost of buying, you know, a heated base, and it's multi-purpose. When we're done with it in the winter, we just remove the heating cable, and we can still use the blocks and the water all winter long without worrying about it getting destroyed by animals. So now, the other thing I should mention, this, you don't have to use a metal waterer. You can use a plastic one if you want. We're just trying to get away from using all these garbage plastic ones. They just don't last, and I'd rather spend a little bit more up front and get something heavy duty metal than deal with that plastic. So that's where we're at. I'm going to plug this thing in, leave it overnight. I think tonight we're getting down to -10, so we'll check back in the morning and see if it worked, but I think we should be good. Alright, well, it was about -12 all day today, -20 with the wind chill. Let's go check and see if that water froze. Alright, well, here's the, that's the geese water. Nice and frozen. Let's go check on this. Oh yeah. As you can see, it's good, perfect. It works. Well, I'm going to call that a win. I think this works really well. If you're looking for a cheap alternative to the very expensive plastic heated waterers, give this a try. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really helps us to continue making videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.